YouTube, it's M1NDxBEND3R here, and it's time to show off the next two members of my very own combiner team, which is a Decepticon combiner team, since I realized I completely forgot to mention that in the previous video. Anyway, this is Gearshift and Whiparound, and they have some very unique car modes, especially compared to the car modes I usually design. I was inspired while building these kind of by the LEGO Speed Champions sets to give them more of a canopy than a straight up just windshield that normal cars tend to have. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm glad I decided to do that because it gives them a very unique look and makes them look kind of like supercars, like they'd be less used for driving around on the roads and more for street racing or even professional racing, which I think is really cool. They look fast, you know, they're really long, and I guess they're not exactly sleek, but they look like they could be real fast. You see, I did give them different paint jobs. You know, Gearshift's got this black stripe all the way across his car, while Whiparound just has kind of a black hood, black spoiler, and, you know, just some black bits on the side of his car, just so you can tell them apart, but still tell that they're members of the same team. They can fit a minifigure inside. You just open the cockpit, stick a minifigure in there. I like to stick them right back here, and then just kind of angle this control panel towards him so it looks like he's driving somehow. And then that closes up very nicely, and minifigure sits quite happily inside the car. So, yeah, you know, they're very unique car modes. I'm sure some people aren't going to like them, but I'm very happy with how they look, so this is what we're going with. Now, on to transformation. Transforming these two is pretty straightforward, since most of the engineering went towards their combined form, but I still enjoy it. So to start off, you just take the car mode and you crack it in half, like so. And you flip out these side panels, they'll become his forearms. Flip out his hands from the sides, like so. Do the same thing on this side. Now you come down to his legs and you split them in half. Just kind of stand him up on those. You come up to the top here, split his hood, bring his arms down, flip down this control panel, flip down his head, and last but not least, this canopy comes up and goes over his head. And there is Gearshift in his robot mode. And so, with just a few motions, a pair of streamlined sports cars turns into a pair of adorable Decepticon juggernauts with their big armored shoulder pads and their big old knee spikes and their heads protected by all this, like, glass bubble around them. I think it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty unique as well. When I first built them, I wasn't really sure how I felt about the head in a bubble look, but it's really grown on me, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really glad I decided to use that canopy piece. It just works for me. So we'll set one off to the side and take a look at Whiparound's articulation. You can see the ball joint right there, which is how his arm moves around. He's got another one down in there, so his arms are pretty articulated. Same thing with the legs, ball joint there, ball joint there. Move around, his head is on a ball joint. Got to move the shield down to get at it, but you can move it around. And you can, you know, it's a little limited because it's inside this bubble thing, so you can't, like, turn it all the way around because that would look weird. But you can move his head around a little bit, so for articulation, they're not doing anything super acrobatic, but they can move. As far as weapons go, they each get a little grenade launcher that I built for them, and I think that about fits them. They look big and bulky and like the kind of person who would use a grenade launcher as a main weapon, so just clips into their hands like so. Give him one as well. And yeah, now they look ready to launch grenades in whichever direction they see fit. Alright guys, until next time, I want to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really like this video, feel free to subscribe or leave a comment and tell me what you thought of these guys. I've been M1NDxBEND3R, and I'll talk to you later.